ESL One New York is brought to you in part by Alienware, Microsoft, CyberPower PC, Logitech G, PaySafeCard, The Score Esports, and NVIDIA.
Welcome back to the final map of the night here for ESL One New York. We're going to be jumping right into the ninth round here between Team Virtus.Pro and Team Liquid. So let's hop into the game now. And obviously, oh no, right before, yeah. I mean, it's only ninth round. We don't need to watch. And these are the lineups for the night. Obviously, we've seen both these teams play today. They're currently both on a 1-1 score line. So you know, trying to edge out for that.
And the map is Mirage, by the way.
Yeah, also, map is Mirage. We didn't go over the details, but it's fine. Doesn't matter.
It's the last game of the night. Yeah. It's very late here in Germany. So
very early.
Well, I mean, it depends how old you are, I guess. I'm not old enough to say 3 in the morning is early.
True. But a map that VP love to stomp on as well. This is an interesting one for the final match of the night. If
definitely a map where they're comfortable, but at the same time, for Liquid, it's a comfort pick too. Even though they did get manhandled by Na'Vi earlier, still a good map for them. I mean, that was a game of frustration for Liquid. They just couldn't handle the individual pushes, the in-battles that Na'Vi was throwing at them. So I think, you know, probably going to be a bit of a different game here for Liquid in that sense, playing against Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, different matchup. Obviously losing to Na'Vi, and then, you know, Na'Vi themselves beating Virtus as well. So obviously a little bit of a tier above these two teams. And now we'll see if Liquid can come at least second in that trio of teams. And we will be going into the pistol very shortly. Team Liquid obviously winning the knife, going for that CT side as per usual. And let's see if the Plow initiates on this final map. Again, loser of this, it's also important to not only mention the fact that the winner of this is going to be, you know, 2-1, but also the loser of this being one map off being out of the event and not making it through to the playoffs. So obviously very important that you pick up the win on this second win on your third map of the night. But obviously only one team can take that, and we are going to be going into the pistol round here between Team Liquid and Virtus.Pro on DE Mirage.
All right, let's look at the buy here for VP on the T-side pistol round. Or not.
Or not, because someone's DC'd.
We would have, but apparently a bit of an issue. As it is sometimes with computers, things happen that are not expected. We've paused, so we're going to be going live into this. Bialy with a P250, a flash in the smoke, Taz with a Molotov in a smoke, and also Pasha with a flash in a smoke, so that's a lot of utility for Virtus.Pro. What that could mean is that they will isolate part of the map in A, or they could actually execute towards the B bomb site as well. And instead, they're not going to do anything because it's going to be restarted.
Yeah, so we'll be going back into the pistol once again. Probably to see the buys the same. And yeah.
Too late for trolls, boys. Too late for trolls.
Come on, let's
no
get into
deagles
this
in your
match.
round. No deagles.
Let's get into the match. But buy is going to be coming out again. A very nade-based buy, which is interesting to see. But obviously Mirage is one of those maps can at least constitute that nade-based buy.
Yeah, well, it seems like MVP is going to go for mid control. They throw that catwalk smoke, go for mid, and it feels like it's going to be an ace play coming in. Smoke for B short as well, but JDM with a very aggressive approach decides to fall back, and here comes the Plow. Through connector.
Right in towards the A site. The A split coming out as well. We have Bialy pushing up through ramp, and now Team Liquid, they have got one player pushed in towards the site. Nitro not going to be able to stop that bomb part, but still able to wrap himself around. Finds the first, tries to follow up, but the double P comes through. Taz taking that fight, and no armor on Nitro is going to make this a difficult situation. Doesn't get the follow-up shot, and Pasha's going to be able to pick up 2 as well. Elise drops Taz in the meantime, but his teammate falls, leaving him alone, and Pimp going to be able to go down as well. Another round, or a first round, sorry, for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, nice play there for VP. Catwalk smoke, take over middle, smoke of B short. They smoke in front of connector. They send 3 through that smoke towards the A bomb site, 2 coming out from A slope. They plant for connector for 1 to stay in middle, stay on catwalk for the actual plant situation as well, but doesn't even go that far into it before VP gets all the kills, and That's going to be the Polish guys picking out the first one here.
Yeah, I really like VP's T side. It's so much fun watching their strategies. They have some really interesting, fast ones, slow ones, everything. On every map, they are really intricate strats. And I mean, that was a really nice fast pistol there just to get himself onto the site and pretty much almost guarantee a bomb plant as well. And the setup from Team Liquid completely exploited there from Virtus.Pro. But talking about the setup, it's going to be a quad stack over towards B this round. We have 4 players from Liquid. One's going to be holding off the A site near Connector, and that's going to be Nitro with the Deagle. But again, no armor on these Liquid players, so unlikely to take any long-range fights. But meanwhile, Virtus.Pro, they're not falling for it. They're sending all their players over towards A.
Yeah, they went for mid control. They've left Snacks in middle. That's going to be that little room next to window. Meanwhile, his teammates are creeping up towards the A bomb site. So Snacks going to be in prime position to stop the rotation. The rest of his teammates are just going to be walking off from that A slope, and they're going to be greeted by an empty bomb site.
Yeah, just Nitro over towards the ladder room, but Snacks may catch him out if he tries to push back in towards the window, but actually, as I say that, Snacks is turning around, spots out Nitro, goes to the spray, but the D comes through. Nice shot from Nitro, but now I think they've realised as the bomb's going to go down in a second that Virtus.Pro, it's all an elaborate fake. They've gone over towards A. Neo executes Nitro there, so no picking up of the UMP for him, and Liquid, they're left in a 4v4, but with really not the utility and the equipment to take this one. Pasha's just going to be mowing them down, and Elige stuck in towards the market for an easy pick for Virtus.Pro.
Yep, Elige just waiting for any potential exit kill. That's all he can hope for right now, and save that Deagle for the upcoming round. It was a half investment for Liquid. They will still have pretty good economy going into the first weapon round after the following round. But nice play there from VP, going middle, then falling back, just walking on a bomb site. They make the right call. It's an empty site. Liquid stack the B, and that's going to be pretty much all there was to it.
Yeah, simple second round on the board, and saving the Deagle into the next to try and maybe get some damage off with that, but Virtus.Pro still going to be maintaining this SMG player, and Snacks not going to be going for the buy. I like this. See, this is what I was talking about earlier in the previous matchup when we mentioned, going for that SMG buy and then just throwing away in the next round. And it's nice to see Snacks just committing to the pistol, knowing that it's likely that one of his teammates will go down.
Fun fact: Virtus.Pro has won 2 rounds and only 2 of their players have frags. Neo and Pasha with the only kills.
That's interesting. Nothing coming up from the rest of the team, but Elige going to be using his bought up Deagle just to try and pick up through middle. Isn't going to be able to find anything, and this should just be a clean sweep for Virtus.Pro. And wow, what a round so far. Taz and Bayali being the 2 to step up here for Virtus.Pro.
Oh, and Stacks gets one as well.
Yeah.
Now they're all on the board.
Yeah, now everyone finds a kill, so that's good.
That's camaraderie.
And actually, funnily enough, in that round, both Neo and Pasha not getting kills. So everyone else stepping up for the team there. And now we will see the buy come out.
What comes around goes around.
Exactly. And Liquid are going to be on the AWP as well. JDM picking that up, rest of them on the rifles, and plenty of utility to bat.
Yep. UMP is still in play, and a MAC-10 as well. On the VP's side, mid control once again taken over by VP. They're going to go for connector right away. Pop flash coming in for Taz, and he's going to go in there. See what's going on. Not going to be greeted by anyone, but as we can see, Nitro right now is very much aggressive in Palace. We saw a lot of push from them in the previous game on Mirage. They did played against Na'Vi as well, so that's to be expected.
Yeah, Pasha's already worked his way into this ladder room, which is going to be pretty influential if they want to go for a late B split. They have this axis control with the bomb as well, or he can always just catch rotations over from short if they commit towards A, or even splitting through window. But the issue is breaking that vent, so going to make a noise cue for Team Liquid and allow them to have some info on where the Virtus.Pro players are, whereabouts.
That was VP just trying to get rid of some of the utility on Liquid to make it easier for them to execute the bomb side. Bomb's making its way towards A, and now Neo is going to be the lurk here in B holes. Trying to find some information there to begin with, but now it's going to just go underpass and lurk his way towards middle.
Yeah, and JDM has the AWP, so he can catch off this connector push, but meanwhile, we're most likely going to see the rest of Virtus.Pro coming out of ramp. But 30 seconds left, they have to hurry up with this one. JDM just not spotting out the head there of that player with the AWP. That is going to be Snacks working his way out, and JDM trying to find the angle, doesn't do so. Snacks finds him, and now that's going to be the entry onto the site that they were looking for. There's still a player over in Palace to worry about. Pasha just utilising that MAC-10 as you do, dropping a lead. And Nitro, he could actually deny a bomb plant. If they go for a safe plant here, he could peek out and find that one kill that's going to really, really matter. And meanwhile, Taz getting that bomb plant, Nitro not able to stop it as the Molotov comes in, and Virtus.Pro just thorough map awareness there.
Yeah, well, VP should have an idea. Nitro should be somewhere here. They know he's playing this bomb side. They haven't seen him yet, so they'll have a suspicion that he's somewhere there. going to be Pimp getting a kill on the Neo, but that's not going to be all too much. They're going to try to save these weapons.
Yeah, and they should get away with it as well, as long as Pimp doesn't play too aggressively here. The bomb won't be blowing him up from this position, but he'll still be dropping his HP significantly, so he can't afford to get tagged as Virtus.Pro exit this bomb site. A couple of players in towards the jungle area, but no one coming through connector.
The problem that round was really JDM putting himself in a really awkward position, to be honest. He needed to be there probably further back in CT spawn, just by stairs and just holding one angle. Instead, he was in the middle of the bomb site, kind of trying to cover a lot of angles, and became really awkward, and then Snacks just had the better of him, having the angle, taking the shot and getting the kill, and pretty much clearing the bomb site since Nitro was in Palace, pushed up, so he could really help.
Yeah, and now we see the buy again here from Virtus.Pro. Obviously not losing many players in the previous round, and Team Liquid on the pretty much opposite side of the board here with the 2 saved rifles, and as well as a couple of bought up pistols with some armor on a lead, but by and large nothing too dangerous here. And JDM aggression up in Palace going to get punished. We do see Taz take him down, but Nitro just utilizing the surprise, at least for the Virtus side. Nice work from him, going to peek out and take down Taz, putting it back into a 4-on-4, but still Virtus.Pro know where he is, and they do have control towards ramp, which is dangerous. It's interesting to see Snacks on the AWP though instead of Pasha. Virtus.Pro, one of those teams that often switch around the roles. You know, Snacks, Neo, Pasha, all players to pick up the AWP, but it is very typically Pasha. Instead, he's going to be doing the entering.
Well, actually, I think recently Snacks has been the one picking up the AWP quite often. Pasha is like the chameleon of this team, just changing his role. Left, right, and center. It's being put in a lot of different roles. But right now, it doesn't really matter as they're dictating the play so far. Probably going to be a 5-0 scoreline very soon, as this B bomb side is already cleared. The bomb is making its way through. It's going to get planted momentarily, and Liquid's going to be hoping to just save these 2 M4s they have.
Yeah, Alish likely for going for exits, but nothing to throw away the round, throw away his death, of course, because he does have that armor as well, which is going to be important. So maybe trying to save a rifle towards the back of apartments could be a good decision, at least for him. But by and large, again, as you mentioned, nothing really from Liquid here, just to save. And Pimp, he may come into contact here with Bayali as he starts to push up towards short. Pimp, what are you doing? Why are you checking connector? You know they're on B. Goes down. Virtus.Pro, they are going to be securing a 5th, as you said. Alish just holding the back. Nitro's going for the full save over towards A.
Pretty clean and easy for Virtus.Pro. 4 alive on this one as well, so that means their bank is just going to be expanding as it is. They're sitting very pretty with their money situation right now. Giving them that nice little buffer. Even if they were to lose a round, they'd still have plenty of money to buy in the following round. Piali at 13k, Pash at 11. And the other 3 have some good buffer too. So that's a very comfortable situation to be in.
Yeah, and now they have plenty of money for this buy, so it's going to mean that they will be up against the fight of Virtus.Pro, maybe even Virtus.Plow here if they try and secure a 6-0 scoreline. And I mean, if they win this one, it's going to be another eco for Liquid, so pretty much a 7-0 scoreline, which would be an absolute monster half already.
Right now from Liquid, I just want to see more mid control, really, to just put a lot of emphasis there, try to stop Virtus.Pro from having all that map control to roam with. So far, Virtus.Pro has just been waltzing their way towards connector.
You know, would you suggest something aggressive or just something more passive
aggressive?
with it, just a double stack?
More aggressive towards the middle. Have a setup where you'll either just run in there and play off each other, or you'll have a couple sets flashes you throw in, and then you just get really ballsy, just go in there and take the battles. Try to force up a situation that favors your team.
Yeah, that could work, but it's not going to matter this round because there's no mid-control presence here from the Virtus side. They've got all their players outside of A, and with 1 minute on the clock, still plenty of time. They will be setting up their smokes and flashes over towards the site, but Nitro going to be getting aggressive towards ramp. Spots up that first player, Snacks goes down here and not going to be able to capitalize on it, but meanwhile Virtus not able to trade as well, which is important. And Nitro just positioning himself towards the back of the site as the smokes come down over towards A. They rain in, and JDM, he's going to be holding the back lines from CT spawn with the AWP. Smoke comes in to ward off his position, so he's going to have to be fully aware that they are going to be pushing towards A, but the entry is going massively in the favor here on this T side. Oh my god, Neo finds the headshot onto JDM. The AWPer goes down, and if you can out-rifle an AWPer in that kind of range, that's just impressive, isn't it? Pasha just going to be dunking Hiko, leaving Pimp.
Yeah, great discipline there for VP. Even though they lose the first man, they still managed to claw their way into the bomb side. Not coming up from A slope before, smoking off the angle that JDM was looking at. The possibility of an AWPer was really red from Virtus.Pro, and then getting in there Neo with the 2 nice kills on from top of the plateau there.
Yeah, and Pimp just trying to get away with this rifle. Will be able to spot out Neo as he exits, finding that headshot as well. And this should just be the safe save from him. I don't think they'll be chasing out too heavily, although Taz is exiting towards ramp, which is exactly where Pimp is positioned. But I doubt he'll be expecting this. Pushes right in, finds that headshot. Great aim there to grab himself an AK. But 6-0 for VP and a likely 7-0 at this point. The loss bonus is going to be favouring Liquid, actually, sorry. So they will be able to buy up, of course, having plenty of money in the bank.
JDM and Hiko especially having a rough start to this game, sitting at 0-0 and 6. James Bond is about to happen here for these guys.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, an off for JDM. It's going to be a buy here for Liquid. A bit of a compromise with Hiko with a FAMAS, but still something they can work with. Now JDM's been sent to window. But as we can see from the minimap, it's only one player from Virtus.Pro in the middle. Everyone else is actually towards that A-bomb side. One in Palace, 3A slope. I think they might be going for a contact play here with VP.
Yeah, Neo just peeking out of the palace there, trying to get a bit of information, but no A control really here from Liquid. We do have this one player in connector, Liege. He's got to watch out because look at his flank. Oh, he's the master at his spots on the first bit of Liege trades. Great work from Liquid, fully aware of what's going on there, and nice work from Liege to trade that one back out in the favour here of Liquid as you see VP attempt to push their last three players out of the T-spawn control area over towards EA's site. They've got no mid-split coming in through connector, so Liege doesn't have to worry about that, but of course, he is none the wiser. On Virtus.Pro, they are going to be just slowly pushing their way, looking for these picks, but nothing being fed to them here from the Liquid side. Snack smoking off jungle, and Taz trying to cross his way with the bomb over towards the site, but Liege mollied out over towards the stairs area, won't be able to peek.
Yeah, that smoke wasn't spot on, but you know, good enough. They'll get the bomb plant, it feels like. Oh, are they though? They do! But I don't think the situation is going to go in the way of VP as they are in a 2-on-4 situation. Snacks is so low on HP that it's going to have to be Neo who gets a kill. But his HP is going to be low as well. Now it's a 1-on-3. And I don't think he's going to have much of a chance here unless he makes some crazy plays. He's not going to. Hiko comes into the scoreboard as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be Liquid finally getting around. But Virtus.Pro, so much money, even gets the bomb plant, they'll be fine with this.
Yeah, it won't be too much of an issue. Of course, picking up a round like that is going to mean they now have potential to reset. And if they do win this round, Liquid will be on the low money loss bonus. But they do have a bit of reserve cash as well, so potential investment into the next round if they lose this is likely, but definitely not a full buy by any means here if they only have 1.4k loss bonus. And VP obviously still with plenty of money in their T side, going to be able to go for the full buy again. Snacks on the AWP and lots of utility across the board here, but Liege is going to be peeking out towards middle, could be dangerous. Snacks is set up with the AWP, and if he goes in with this one blind without a flashbang, this is going to be an absolutely shocking idea. Flash comes in, that's good. Snack's not aware of it, but he still catches up the kill as the Liege just tries to exit, but he tags down two players in the process.
Yeah, the weird thing right now is that if you do these kind of mid peaks, why don't you have any teammates to try and refrag for the possibility that you go down? Instead, right now, Liquid is doing their B apps play, where Hiko is going to be up close here in kitchen, and the Pimp is going to take an angle from that B plateau, and Nitro once again just pushing Palace. So you're just leaving a lot of weight on Elige's shoulders, not having anyone help. But now Hiko has the bomb. I'm not really sure why the guy with the bomb would just walk in there right now.
Yeah, but you can see that's already in a forced rotation. We do see JDM coming back in through the CT spawn to join, as well as this aggressive push out of Palace, but Bayali will hear it. Nice spray control there with all those bullets to find him, and Pasha meanwhile drops Pimp. So still doable for Liquid, but it's going to be at a deficit for them. JDM tags down Pasha over towards the site, and he doesn't actually find the connecting shot to finish off the kill. Now Hiko forced out of the smoke, pushing in towards them, but they're going to expect it. Taz sprays in, and a kill for Virtus.Pro, and a round, sorry. 7-1. And this is what we talk about, the reset coming in for Liquid, and a pause as well.
Yeah, definitely a pause time. But again, I want to see more mid control from Liquid. I want to see Liquid really contest middle together. Have a plan. How do we hold it? Have one player, or even send two, like Tyler did on Cat. Have one window or in connector. Yeah. Really have a plan. Have a couple pop flashes come in, and then just go for it. Fight for the control of the map. Try to force a 4-on-3, even a 5-on-3 advantage for your team. Right now, what the plays they're making is that it's okay. Okay, you're pushing B apps, but simultaneously have a guy pushing Pals as well. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea. Maybe they should pick and choose which one they want to do. Have either a play where you're pushing Pals and then just play more passively on B, or have more presence towards middle, or have two guys pushing in B apps, but then also have a player in connector, one in window, and just one holding for a push on the A bomb side. So. Yeah. Not really sure I like the idea of them pushing two spots simultaneously.
Yeah, especially with no support for refrags as well, makes it a lot harder to kind of justify that kind of positional play. But now we're going to be going back into the map, and Team Liquid not on the buy, obviously, not a lot of money for them to work with, so only some pistols and a flash on Nitro, but no armor. And Pasha, he's fully aware of this. He's just going to run out of Torte. Nade goes in, forcing the player out of position. No, not going to matter. Neo finds a headshot instead, and Molotov going to be finding Nitro, and Pasha is just going to be capitalizing on his teammates' early frags and pushing right into connect. He spots out that first player, but Lige, just from the close angle, secures him and grabs himself a rifle to work with for a little bit of A defense. But you can see already the B side's under control of Virtus.Pro, so they're going to be rotating the bomb back through T-spawn here as Taz finds Hiko, and 2 players remain here for Liquid, so not looking like a viable situation. But that being said, Pimp is already pushed up in apps, and he doesn't realize the bomb's coming up right behind him. All he has to do is wait, and he grabs himself a free rifle and the bomb as well. But no, look at this. He's going to be in the wrong place, wrong time situation, because he's going to be pushing into apps, and Neo will eventually spot him out here. It's just a game of cat and mouse. They're just waiting for the right time to strike, and Taz, he should be spotting him out here. There we go. There's a pistol, but Pimp finds a headshot, drops onto the site. And now the bomb, in theory, should back off, but they do have the control, so it's not going to matter. And Snacks will be able to finish that one off and take down Pimp.
Yep. Straightforward enough for VP, and they're going to be, they've already won this half. It's been a great start. As we go into round number 10, Liquid once again just struggling on the city side of Mirage, massively so. Now they have an off on JDM once again, who's not had a great half so far.
Yeah, and it's interesting enough to talk about. If VP lose every single round of this half, they will still have an 8-7 half, which is a massive performance. I mean, I don't think it's fair to say that there's any chance of VP losing the next 6 rounds. But
now, once again, VP they shore middle. They even get the entry. Now, a lot of opportunities for them. They can just fall back to despawn and go towards the A bomb site, have one lurk in middle, or they can execute towards the B bomb site, leave someone in middle, or they can just split B bombs. There's so many options for them right now. And they know that Liquid has to make a bit of a gamble here, and the gamble right now seems to be that they're just going to have Hiko alone in this B bomb site.
yeah, and the split in towards connector there from Neo. He's not going to commit to it, though, because they do have the control over towards B, as you said. And Lige, he's going to be going for that peek in mid. Doesn't catch one out, but he still gets a bit of information on the whereabouts of the bomb. Meanwhile, Pasha drops in through window, and this is nice. He has so many options to do things. He can cut off rotations between A and B. He can push into CT spawn. He can push into jungle. He can even push into market on B if they want to commit to that, which would work, because there is a B player that's going to be Hiko. So a lot of potential here, but I think the best thing to do if they are committing to B is catch the rotations, because they know that the B control is going to be weak on Liquid with a 4v5 in play. But by Ali catching out Hiko on the site, Pasha ready to catch rotations. He does exactly that, drops the Lige, and safely just backs out and pushes back into connector. So repositioning here on this T side as a bomb goes down on the site. Virtus.Pro, once again, pushing Team Liquid into a deficit.
Yeah, and Tasbean and Palace is going to be double whammy on that lurk play. It's going to be Pimp once again here alone, getting an exit kill. Feels like that's all he's getting so far in this game, to be honest with you. Goes down to Pasha in the end. Yet again, it's going to be Virtus.Pro capitalizing. They get the first pick. JDM goes down in the early seconds of the round. Mid control taken over by Virtus.Pro. They send players to be short and be apps. Everywhere on the map, basically. And then they get the picks. They get the kill on the Hiko. Those lone player in B. And then it just falls apart for a Liquid. And another save round for them. So it's very likely double digits for Virtus.Pro in first half.
Yeah, and Pimp straight off the bat is going to be pushing into underpass, but the issue is Virtus, they're going to be committing fully to A with one mid split on Pasha. So no chance of Pimp finding anything other than information on lack of show from Virtus. And meanwhile, Lige actually catches out the mid rotator, so Pasha not able to split into connect. But it doesn't matter because they haven't stacked any players on the A side. Going to give full control here to the VP side. And the bomb should be going down very shortly too.
Yeah, VP looking so good right now. Their pacing is on point. They're making the right decisions all the time. They're taking all the advantages they're being given, and everything's just going in their favor right now. Individually speaking, people are disconnecting on their shots too, and the best thing about the Virtus.Pro on LAN especially is the fact how well they can play off of each other. The synergy they have sometimes is so beautiful to watch, especially in like after plan situations. You know how they double peek, how they know how to react in all kinds of situations, and so far Liquid is getting a nice taste of it.
Yeah, a great taste of it, and it tastes quite bitter
for them. If you're a Virtus.Pro fan, you're having a good time right now.
Definitely. And I mean, if you're a Virtus.Pro player, you're having an even better time.
I think there's a Virtus.Pro fan in every one of us.
Yeah.
You kind of have to have a lot of respect for these guys like Taz and Neo that's been around. I mean, I played against these guys in like 2004, the first time I played them on LAN. It's been 12 years.
Reminiscing.
12 years.
Well, if you're an NA fan...
You were in kindergarten at that time.
I was 7 then, so 2004.
First grade, maybe?
Whatever, really. I'm not sure. Very, very young. But yeah, it's weird.
Don't want to talk about that anymore.
No.
I'm too old.
I'm too young. But, I mean... You say everyone has a bit of VP fan in them. I don't think the North Americans do today because they are getting torn apart. And this is not what I wanted to see. You know, as much as I thought, you know, VP were going to maybe pick up this match, I didn't think it was going to be a 10-1. And this isn't very competitive, at least. But Hiko's actually going to manage to pick up a kill, finally in the favour of Team Liquid. Drops Neo there over towards the B apps and gives a man advantage early on here for the CT side. But they've got to see if they can capitalise it and keep it going.
Yeah, this time around, we'll see Liquid has 2-man presence towards that A slope. But instead... Heavy mid from Virtus.Pro coming up. Bialy being the only one here in A slope, but look at this. The numbers are actually favoring a Liquid. They are pushing in A slope as well. He only gets one before it gets down by Nitro. Slow down to Pasha in a 104 with an op. Well, oh, it's not going to be there anymore. Hiko with the last kill. And the second round of this first half for Liquid is a reality.
Yeah, it keeps it alive a little bit, but...
I think maybe a little too late,
yeah.
But, you know... it'll give them a chance for sure.
Definitely, and we got to see if they can capitalise on it, of course, because if they lose this one, that's going to be another eco for them, and pretty much half concluded for Virtus.Pro. But the double AWP out on either side now, we have Snax and Pasha picking that up for the T side. Bit of an interesting decision, but maybe it's just because they're 10-2 and who cares. But JDM and Pimp are also going to be taking that as per usual here on the CT side. But JDM already caught out from Pasha, not going to be checking the angle in time. There's waiting for some kind of smoke aggression up towards short, but Virtus aren't going to give him anything. And that first kill going to be favouring the Polish once again.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a bit of a default there with Pasha and Mill. Gets a pick. Snax was trying to play towards B apps. It's going to be Pimp with the retaliation, at least to connect onto Neo as well. And so the situation just changed 180.
Yeah, and they're going to be pushing these players through underpass as well. And they do have this window player boosted. And that's going to be, well, dead, because Pasha gets dropped from Mirage through the smoke, as you do, as he starts to emerge. But I was just about to say they had a really good potential split in towards the A site with their jungle control combined with Connector. And still plenty of time they could even wrap towards T-spawn if needed. But obviously not going to be happening now with a Leech finding that kill. But they do reboost, and Bialy not going to be able to spot out that player. Still flicks onto him, takes the head off a Leech, and now bomb control going to be back in the favour of Virtus.Pro as we do see 40 seconds on the clock. One lone defender towards A and no short control from Liquid to at least stop this Connector push. But again, they're not aware of this. That's the thing. Hindsight's great for us, isn't it? And Nitro is going to be over towards the back of CT. So if they plant in his view, which is more than likely, it's going to be a great situation for him. Pimp, meanwhile, tagged up over towards CT. He does have the AWP, though, and that is going to be the cannon here, most likely able to finish off by Ali, as he is going to be alone. 8 HP and a Dream, but unlikely to get any more frags other than his previous one.
Yep, there we have it. Liquid manages to string 2 rounds together. That's
First time.
That's a start, isn't it? Now, that double op T setup doesn't work out for Virtus.Pro. Even they get the first kill. Retaliation's coming from Liquid, and they capitalize now. This time around, it's going to be another 2-op round here for Virtus.Pro, because why not? Let's see how they utilize him this time around. Snax is going to go towards the B apps once again. He had a pretty good spawn as well, so instead, it's just going to go under pass, actually. On the other hand, everyone else from Virtus.Pro taking quite passive angles right now, just waiting for Liquid to make a move first.
Yeah, they really are taking their time. Liquid, they're not going to be peeking into this one. They aren't going very aggressive. We do have this one mid player, which is a Leech jump spotting, who could be dangerous, because obviously, if you have a quick enough reactions, you can catch a jump spot, especially when you have an AWP like Snax. But he's going to be mollied out, has to reposition here as the counter molly comes in, but also the smoke. So a bit of bad timing there from Virtus.Pro, maybe a communication error. But Snax going to be looking for an entry over towards the A site as we see JDM over towards CT. But meanwhile, Legion window talking about him, he finds Pasha. So a man advantage now favouring Team Liquid, but traded back out by Bialy over towards the A ramp as we see that aggression from Nitro go punish. But Legion going to be caught out, still flicks back around, takes down Neo there, and Taz also dropped from Pimp. So a nice round coming into play here for the Liquid side. Only 2 remain from Virtus.
Yeah. Oh, and just one right now, Bialy. In a 1-4 situation, and he's surrounded. The bomb is down in Connector as well. Not all too much he can do. Now this time around, it's going to be Virtus.Pro just going down one by one, really. No possibility for refragging for them. Liquid just making quick work of it. And now Virtus.Pro still has plenty of money to buy. AKs across the board. All the utility in the world.
That just shows...
Upgraded to Tech 9s as well.
You lose 3 rounds in a row on T side without any bomb plants, and you still get a complete full buyout for the last round, aside from AWPs, which they even had enough money for as well. Taz could have bought an AWP.
Well, Liquid managing to salvage this half a little bit at least, to give themselves a fighting chance in this game. Obviously, still they definitely need that pistol on the second half as well to make things viable. But it's going to be a push coming in here from Virtus.Pro.
Molotov's going down though to hold this push. Nitro's still going to be in this very close aggressive position. They might be able to clear it, and even if they don't, there's going to be players left for the refrag, and no damage done by him. He finds a bit of a tag off, but no kill, sorry, and Pimp's going to be pushing right in through the smoke. Get caught off from Taz as well, and Hiko 1v5. We know he's like a Mirage. We've seen the highlights, but I don't think today's going to be one of them. Molotov comes in, and Pasha finishing things off. So that is going to be the half. 11-4 for Virtus. A bit of a stomp there, and I mean, nothing really too interesting to say about that. Yeah,
my main concern really for Liquid's CT side right now on Mirage is that their mid control, or the trying to take mid control on CT side is just not really there. It's a lot about individually Elise trying to make plays, and then they'd like to make plays in B apps and A Palace, but that's about it.
Yeah, and here are the highlights from the first half, of which there were probably a lot. Actually, it didn't really seem like there were that many flashy plays, despite Virtus.Pro absolutely ruining Team Liquid there. So obviously there's a chance for them to bring it back, but the Plow's in full active play right now, so that's a little bit of an issue for Liquid to worry about, and we should be going into the second half very shortly now. So we do see the pistol round start off, so after these replays end, we're going to be going back in, and here we go.
Straight into it, aren't we? Now let's look at this. Liquid, 2 sets of nades, 3 armors for them. Bombs drop down in B apps, so they're just waiting for some plays from VP first, and then afterwards they'll make a decision on what they want to do. Now 2 smokes, they can basically try and smoke off a bomb site, either jungle side or the actual bomb site, and try to make their way towards jungle. But now Taz is making some aggressive moves here, at least, though he's waiting. He has a hunch of this happening. I think he's spotted Taz too.
Yeah, and now he's not even going to take the fight. He knows a Glock versus a USP at that range. He's not going to be favoured. He's got the info, doesn't want to commit to the fight, and that's going to be the safe play from him. But meanwhile, Snacks, talking about aggression, he's going to be pushing up underpass there with the mid control heavily in favour of the Virtus.Pro side. And now Taz boosted up towards mid, waiting for these players to eventually come in towards his domain, I guess, and they are just going to be walking straight up. Here he goes, so that peek dink comes in, though, through the edge of the box, and the nade to follow. That will be the finishing touch there from Hiko, the icing on the cake.
Yeah, smart move from Liquid there. Elish definitely spotted Taz. He called off for help, had 2 of his teammates come in. Taz gets tagged up, gets grenaded away from the map, and that's going to be the advantage going the way of Liquid. And here comes the B push.
Yeah, counter nade from Neo could do some good damage, but instead the bullets will. And Pasha, he's going to be able to find that first headshot. Drops Pimp. JDM does return with a Glock. Perfect in close range, of course, and a 4v2 already underway. Bomb not down yet. Snacks, nice crossing headshot there onto JDM. Follows up onto the flick, drops the Legion. The bomb going to be planted meanwhile on the site, but he's just trying to wrap himself around to find himself a little more kills. He does do so. Nitro goes down as well. Snacks, what a pistol round so far, and he's going to need 1 more headshot to close it out. He go walking into his sights, but he's not going to quite find the connection. And with 18 bullets left, plenty of ammo to find this final one, but the time is ticking down. He doesn't have a kit anywhere on the site to deal with, so he needs to find Hiko. He's going to be bait peeking back and forth, just baiting out this aggression here from the CT side. And Snacks, he's going to be running around the corner, but Hiko finds it, and that's going to be it. Team Liquid keep it alive in the second half with the pistol round. A very close one as well, 5-11.
Yeah, Snacks just being a monster in pistol rounds. I think he's racked up quite a bit of kills on the pistol rounds altogether throughout this day. And then yet again, giving his team a chance at that round. It's going to be Hiko to prevail in that one-on-one. And now, like you said, that gives Liquid that fighting chance in this match. Virtus.Pro decide to have quite a bit of investment into this. 3 armors, upgraded pistols across the board. On the other hand, Liquid 3 UMPs. So they're going to be fine even against the armor.
Yeah. And we are just going to see a bit of mid aggression kick things off here for the Team Liquid side. Virtus.Pro pushed up in apps. We do see Pasha. Again, the same thing from him with a Deagle in a very close range. Not the best kind of position for this. We saw this in Train earlier when he was playing. And he was playing lots of weird spots for the Deagle, like Ivy pushed up on the CT side. And it's like, why would you sit there with a Deagle? You could at least go for a 5-7 or a PT50. But despite that, he's going to go for it. And I mean, let's see if it works out. We are going to see a bit of B control as well coming out from some of the Ts. And as well as him, we have Snacks as well pushed up over towards the balcony area. And he's just going to get eliminated. Flash comes in. He goes down. Snacks, he has to step up here. And he does do so. Finds one, but the trade comes out. Lack of armor going to be named, which is a real issue. And Neo just headshotted there through the window as well. So 2 players remain for the retake for Virtus. And they're probably just going to go for the exits.
Yeah, good stuff from Liquid there. Paying attention to the details. Pop flashing in the kitchen, getting that kill on the Pasha, going for the B split. Getting the kills, only losing 1 member so far in this round. Taz and Biali left with the armors and CZs right now. They're trying to save it, maybe try and get an exit kill, but I think the main goal right now is just trying to save it to the following round. Good stuff from Liquid.
Yeah, not even forcing these players to go down with the bomb, but it's not going to matter. They will get away with this armor into the next round where the rest of their team are going to be on the full eco anyway, so no real investment from Virtus.Pro. And I mean, we can't see them throw this one away. They picked up the first 11 rounds there on that half. And while Liquid, obviously, they're going to be expected to pick up these next couple of rounds on the anti-eco, when we get into the buy, if Virtus don't start activating, you know, some serious Polish play, we could be in line to get a bit worried here, because they should be able to close out this map in theory.
Well, we're about to find out. Still, like we said, Taz and Biali, they do get and save those weapons, and they'll have the CZs and armors to play with here. Round number 18. And that seems like Liquid is looking to go for mid control. Just really trying to play methodically, trying to scout out what's going on with the defense. Where is there a potential stack somewhere? What's going on in the map before making it any commitment to either of the bomb sites? And that's the smart move to make always, because you definitely don't want to put yourself into a bomb site without really knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah, and Liquid are going to be playing very aggressive on mid here. They've already pushed up short. There is a bit of connect control to worry about in the hands of Taz, as well as Mag 7 over towards short from Snacks. I like this, but not the best position to be in. It's still going to be an interesting one, though. And we may see a Leech walk into it, though. Taz actually doing the damage, and Snacks not giving away his weaponry there over towards short, as we do see the first kill now going in the favour of the CT side, but Liquid is still going to be massively outgunning them.
Yeah, that's the scary part though. When you're playing slowly and you lose the first man, then it might just become a little bit anxious. Then now, as I say that though, JDM manages to equal a situation to 4-on-4, so that neutralizes the situation.
Asher though, very very fast, not taking his time at all. They're pushing in towards a T spawning. It will go down for him. Nitro finds that headshot, and now it's going to be a 4v3, and Liquid, they've reconsidered this round. They are going to be pushing back in towards B, and they're going to be doing it very, very fast. It's a race here. Who can get to the B side first, Liquid or Virtus? And we will see Liquid make their way inside the apps, but there's still Snacks in the site, and he's got an AK, actually not choosing to go for the save, trying to have an impact round, and it could work out for him. The players are going to start to push in. He misses the first, drops the second, though, very low HP anyway on Nitro, so not a hard fight to take, and he will be peeking out again. Nade not able to do any damage, and again, lack of armor is going to mean he needs to hit every single shot he goes for. Oh, what a kill onto JDM. And now it's still going to be a 2v2, but suddenly, what's happened? The round's just turned up, and that's, okay, Neo, going to be able to pick up the last 2. I don't know what I just saw. Virtus.Pro, they stop it. Liquid rotating back towards B, which I agree with was a good call, but Snacks is able to completely decimate that round there for Liquid, and the pause will be called out.
Yeah.
Nato,
Well,
what happened?
That's the scary part. I just said, when you play slow in those rounds, you become a little bit anxious, and then as I was looking at the time, 25, 24, they're going to the B. Then in B holes, they swap weapons because Nitro was low on HP. They run in there. Snacks gets in prime position. He's jiggle beaks the corners. He gets that nice shot onto one of the players on the bomb side, and you could just see it unfold in front of your eyes. Everything's just crumbling down one by one. That's going to be a massive, massive loss for Liquid.
Yeah, understatement of the year, to be honest, because losing to that kind of eco. They had 2 saving players with armor and CZs and a Mag 7, and they lost the round. But regardless, they've still got a bit of money left in their reserves. They're going for their last buy. We got the AWP on JDM. We've got Nitro on that pistol, and the rest of them on AKs. But again, utility is going to be extremely limited here on this T side as Virtus.Pro. They've got their own buy assembled. They've got these rifles as well as the AWP again on Snacks.
Seems like Liquid is opting to go towards A straight off from the get-go. All they have is one in middle. Everyone else is working their way on A, and they just come out on A slope. Nitro for the first one, but it's going to Taz and Bialy to open things up before Pimp, with 2 of his own, is going to equalize the situation.
JDM though, nice headshot there. Gonna finally put it back in the favour here with the Liquid side, and Pimp able to finish things off since the flash comes through to blind out Pasha. Another round for them. Coming back off of an anti-eco loss, bringing it back onto a win. But
yeah, that was just a straight up A play. No, nothing fancy about it. Just
aim.
Come through the smokes, get the picks, lose the first 2, and then Pimp getting the follow-ups to return a favor, make it a 3-on-3. And then even the remaining kills going the way of Liquid, and that's about it. Now, Virtus.Pro, they have 3 players with very low money, 2 with 5k, so that calls for an eco.
Yeah, and only a Deagle on 2 PT50s or 3 PT50s with some investment in utility is going to be bought up. Snack's not even buying into this one. And let's see how it works out for them, because Liquid are going to be pushing what looks like quite heavily into the B site, though. It is early days, so there's no real reason to go for a full commitment just yet. They can just wait and you know, buy their time, play off picks, etc. But they've still got 4 players ready to file right into here.
Yeah, Elish going for a scouting mission on A. He gets downed. Now here comes the push towards the B bomb side. Hiko gets the kill on Taz. It's going to be Pasha. He gets one before going down. Snack's going down as well. Well, so we're still looking at a 2-on-2 somehow.
Yeah, by Ali able to find Nitro as well. Neo coming in from the flank, maybe able to isolate JDM, but the AWPing is going to be pretty much in the favour of him. As we see this peek come out, but it's a miss, and Neo's going to take advantage there, capitalise on the miss made by JDM, and Pimp is going to be stuck over towards the site. They don't know exactly his whereabouts, but they know that he's going to be on B, and he has to commit to this spot if he wants to win this round, but trying to desperately find a pick before he does so as Neo, he rotates back in towards the connector, actually moving over towards A just in case, or
he's doubling up. Yeah, there are going to be 2 there.
Good decision. Good decision. Playing the buddy system, not allowing a kill without a trade. But as I say that, pushing back into mid here. He's going all the way around the world here, and he finally goes down. Pimp is going to be able to isolate that headshot there. Very key kill from him. And with 15 seconds left, he's just going to be going for the A site here, just trying to get that quick plant as he moves his way to the safe spot.
Well, he should be the one with the advantage here. 100 HP, has the armor, has a grenade as well, and then Bialy with that MP7 has to make some work. But should be a hard one for him.
But look at this, really clever play from Pimp. Instead of just hiding and letting that MP7 player get very up close and personal to take that fight, which would favour him a little more, he takes a long-range engagement. He just goes, you know, I know what gun you've got. I know you've got no armour. I'm going to be favoured in this one. I'm going to peek you. And usually I'm not an advocate for peeking in a 1v1 when you have, you know, site control, you can just jiggle it. But instead, in that situation, perfect kind of play. Secures around for Liquid and an 8-12 scoreline now.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those situations where you should peek. You have the weaponry advantage. Your opponent doesn't have armor. Definitely something you do. Now, Liquid going for mid control this one here. Neo, though, he's trying to fight it. He's very much alone, though, right now, so he's not going to have anyone to refrag here if he goes down.
Yeah, and the mid aggression here from the T side as they start to push 3 players up here. We do have a 1 BAPS control and Palace control player from Liquid as well, so a bit of a nice setup. But Neo going to be kicking things off. Drops Liege there with no ability to refrag from Liquid. You're shaking your head.
Yeah, I mean, one of those little mistakes you do. I mean, there's always the potential of someone opping there, so why don't you just throw a flash before you go, take that angle?
Yeah.
Instead, you just basically ran into his death, and now that's going to be the first 2 kills going the way of Virtus.Pro, 5-on-3. And now this is the point where Astralis kept on being mobile and lost a round. Let's see if Virtus.Pro is going to be more wise about it. As we can see, they are falling back to the bomb sites, letting Liquid make the decision on what they want to do. They are in prime position in Virtus.Pro right now to stop this. Pasha with that Max 7, and Neo just decides to take that peek. Gets the kill on the JDM.
Yeah, now repositioning over towards the site, should be able to catch the second player as he crosses. Fairly easy standard kill coming out with the smoke, going to ward him off for the time being. Pasha not being able to find anything there with that Mag 7, and Neo just wrapping back towards the site. Spots out the second as well, drops Pimp, and now Nitro making that sound cue that he's on it, and Neo just no-scopes him. Virtus.Pro 13-8. Great site hold there from Neo, 4 kills that round, and it's going to be a pretty much a decimation here. Team Liquid, they can't afford.
Chad was talking about Neo, saying how, you know, it's almost like Neo of old. He's always not dominating as he was at times back in the day, but he's definitely becoming better and better at this game all the time. You can tell he's just getting more comfortable He was used to be, you know, if not the best, one of the best when it comes to moving mechanics in 1.6. He's really getting the grasp of this game 4 years in.
Yeah, that is true, I guess you could say. But the poor schooled out from Liquid. I don't blame it. But with this eco most likely coming in, I wouldn't want to see a force. Virtus.Pro are going to be one off the match point when they secure their 14th. So things are looking a little more dangerous here for the North American side.
Definitely are. Pimp has purchased an armor, has Tech 9 as well. Just smoke in the hands of the leash. So they have a plan here. Question is what it is and if it's going to have any impact. I think bomb plan is what they're hoping for right now.
Yeah, and now we are going to see the double up again for Virtus.Pro, so things are looking lovely for them, basically. And Liquid, they are going to be charging out of Palace. 4 players here. We have one towards ramp that's going to be Nitro, but he's... Oh, sorry, a Liege, but he's going to be setting up his smoke over towards the site as well. So committing with that as we see this push come out. And they are going to try and get a bomb plant. That is the aim of the round, of course. And we will see Snacks and Bialy both chiming in for the first kills. Bomb going to be dropped in the favour of the CT side as well. And just a clean sweep here for Virtus.Pro. And Snacks finishes things off with the USP there. 3 pistol kills in that round for VP, despite having all the rifles they need.
The money is still dreadful for Liquid. Decision taking time right now for the boys of Liquid. What do they want to do? Because basically, well, they go for the more conservative route. They decide to just buy some pistols, some smokes, and basically play for a tie.
Yeah, that is the objective, which is a bit of a risk play, but I mean, going for the buy just wouldn't make sense, would it? They don't have enough money. It just wouldn't work, and it would force them into an eco for their last. So.
I mean, what you could do is get a couple of AKs, 3 Tech 9s and all the nades and do like an A execute, but that's
chances of that working against VP though pretty low.
Well, seems like just plowing in the B works. The first pick goes away with JDM with that P250, and that's gonna the bomb side open before Snacks comes in though. Gets one with the AK with the AWP rather. Bomb goes down. It's a 4-on-4 retake situation.
Yeah, and now the money's guaranteed for next round. So Team Liquid, win or lose, are going to have a good economy coming into the potentially final round of the map. But actually, as I say that, JDM and Pip are going to be chiming in. And then again, back in the favour of VP as we see Bialy and Snacks just run back in for the retake. Nitro, he has to play this one cleverly, but he has to worry about Bialy, who's going to be taking this fight. Just turns away, but flicks back in time to find that headshot. 3 kills for him, defuse as well for Virtus.Pro, and a 15-8 scoreline as Team Liquid, they go into their bye. But it is going to be their very last chance here. No chance for mistakes.
Yep. They need to get 7 in a row to force this in overtime. And if you look at the progress of this game so far, that doesn't seem too likely at this point.
No. Let's see how it works. JDM's going to be on the AWP again. We have full rifles and nades. Virtus.Pro still maintaining the double AWP. Snacks and Neo are going to be taking that here for the CT side. And already Team Liquid setting up for an A-take, but this isn't your typical standard smoke A-take. They got 3 in Palace here. I don't know if I agree with this on a buy. Just fighting out. Here we go, rush. It's going to be Bialy to hold the back line, though. They're going to push straight in. He will hear all these sound moves, so he knows where they are. Taz as well, following up with the Molotovers. He can't get the peek off, and there we go. Snacks finding 2 as well with the AWP. This is a nice stop for VP to potentially pick up this final round. The bomb's going to be just dropped in the middle of the site. Bialy whiffs a few shots, finally lands the kill, and Neo as well dropping Pim. He goes coming in from the connector flank, drops it first, tries to follow up, but that's going to be it. Neo secures it, and Virtus.Pro, they take their second win here, 2-1 now with a 16-8 scoreline against Team Liquid, and that will be the final map of tonight. The group stages aren't finished though. We will have the rest coming up in the arena, Barclays Center tomorrow in New York, which is going to be a lot of fun. We won't be there casting, obviously, as we're in Cologne right now doing the matches from the studios, but we are going to have obviously the whole lineup complete with everyone you know and love as well, apart from us, over in New York for tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess we establish one thing today for Liquid especially. Their CT side of Mirage. It's a bit of work.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, what can you do when you're up against a plow when you lose 11 rounds? You know, it's a struggle.
I'd start off by having some kind of a strike concept for mid control on CT side. That's a good start, I feel like. Having troubles there, for sure.
Definitely. And just a quick shout out, obviously. Oh, no, we can look at these. Yeah, these are standings here. So the standings at the end of the day, it's going to be obviously Na'Vi and SK leading it, and VP also in 3rd place with a 2-1 scoreline. Team Liquid just almost down and out with G2 and Optic, because they're down to 1-2 as well. So Yeah, that's a day concluded, basically.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's been a lot of great matches, to be honest with you. I think the highlight probably is the SK Charlie's game in Overpass. You know, very back and forth. A lot of situations where that game could have easily gone the way of Charlie's as well. This is going to be the schedule we're looking at. Tomorrow's going to be day 2, obviously. Things are kicking off 10:30 a.m. I believe that's going to be the local time, the Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah, EST.
Yeah, so that'll be kind of evening time for Europe.
I think it's 6 hours time difference to Central European time.
Hours,
so that's probably, by my estimation, I'm saying that's going to be 4:30 p.m. Central European time.
I will believe that. But obviously that
maybe
was
5:30, 4:30.
One of those. I'm sure people can just go on HLTV and look. Of course, if you want to check out when the matches are, you can see the Score Esports app, and obviously it will have all the times and dates for the matches, as well as plenty of news and stats for the games. And as well as that, if you're too far away from New York and you can't visit the event tomorrow, that's no problem. There's also IEM Oakland, and if you want to check that out, it's going to be the 19th to 20th of November. So obviously, if you're anywhere in the area and you would like to go watch some top world-class Counter-Strike,
even if you're not, just fly in.
Yeah, fly in. Do it from Europe. It's worth it. Counter-Strike.
Weather's nice.
Yeah, weather's nice. America. Who wouldn't want to go? But be sure to check that out as well with intelextrememasters.com. Head over towards there. And I think that's probably going to be it from us two here. And our goodbyes, I guess, to the stream.
Yeah. Thanks. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I think we all need to sleep now. It is 4 in the morning here. And
I've got a flight now, so I've got to run off to the airport.
That's only fair. Have fun with that.
Yeah, thank you. And good luck with your sleep. And again, thank you for tuning in, everyone, to all the matches today. I'm sure you're going to enjoy the rest of the event over the Saturday and Sunday, broadcasted live from the Barclays Centre. Be sure to check that out. That will be starting tomorrow, as Natu said, 4:30, 5:30. Definitely one of those for European time, or 10:30 a.m. EST if you're on the East Coast of America. So again, have a nice evening, guys, and we will see you soon.